It's Thursday, let's get geeky. Over the last 80 years, something really interesting has been happening all across the globe. From about 1930 to today, there have been consistent increases in IQ test scores all over the world. It's pretty much the period of time that we've been measuring IQs. And while many explanations have been proposed to help explain this phenomena, which is known as the Flynn effect, none have really stuck. Well, now thanks to a new study and its surprising new information about the universe, scientists and researchers may be a little closer to possibly explaining the Flynn effect. According to a computer simulation run by a group of researchers, the universe may be growing much like a giant human brain. The study, published in the journal Nature's Scientific Reports, suggests that some undiscovered fundamental law of physics may govern and explain the growth of various systems, both large and small, like the electrical firing between neurons in the brain, the growth of social networks, and even the expansion of galaxies. Studies of the past have shown that brain circuits and the internet look very similar. But despite this similarity, nobody's been able to develop equations to predict how computer networks, brain circuits, or social networks will grow over time. But using Einstein's equations of relativity, physicists and researchers can retrace the universe's birth and growth since the Big Bang and see how it has expanded outward ever since. So the team of researchers on the study decided to see if the universe's accelerating growth could give insight into the ways that brain circuits and social networks expand. The team created a computer simulation that broke down the early universe into the smallest possible units, or quanta, of space-time, smaller than subatomic particles. The simulation linked all the quanta in a massive celestial network that were causally related. As the simulation continued, it added more and more and more units of space-time to the history of the universe, and as a result, the network connections between matter and the galaxies also grew. When the researchers compared the universe's history of growth to that of social networks and brain circuits, they discovered that all of the networks expanded in very similar ways. Dmitry Kryukov, one of the lead researchers on the studies, says that it is highly unlikely that, to use his phrase, the eerie similarity between networks as small as the brain and as large as the universe is just a coincidence. He also says that, quote, for a physicist, it's an immediate signal that there is some missing understanding of how nature works. So what's the bottom line to all of this? It now appears highly likely that there's some yet to be discovered law that governs the way all networks grow, regardless of their size. But let's revisit the Flynn effect for a moment. For decades, the IQ of the world's population has been consistently increasing, and no one's been able to determine why. Well, what if our intelligence, what if our consciousness was directly related to the universe? What if as the human race, what if the human race gets smarter as the universe grows larger and larger? Could it be possible that we're all part of one massive brain known as the universe, and that our consciousness grows with time because it's an expression of the consciousness of the universe? Boggles the mind.